Morning, guys. So we just had our first Airbnb experience, and kind of like giving birth, it's always brightest right after it happens. So I wanted to talk to you about the things that I would change from the way that I started this. Now, the way that I had set it up was that I opened the booking on the 22nd, and I did that a week and a half in advance, that the first day that somebody could come would be the Monday the 22nd. And I had an immediate booking for the Friday after that. Now, I was jubilant. I'm like, oh, good, I have a week to prepare. I don't need to be stressed out. Everything is going to be so easy. My daughter just poured milk on the ground. Cute kitties. Happy kitties. And what I had forgotten was that I had set it up as instant booking, so that anytime somebody came in late at night, they could book the Airbnb, because generally that's what I do. If I come into a new town, I look for the cheapest Airbnb that I can find because I just want a bed. And that's what happened yesterday. We thought our first booking was this next Friday, but because I left that instant one on, it was last night. We had almost everything finished, but we were caught flat-footed on getting linens out. We were caught flat-footed in that I had taken some of the dishes back into the house to clean. Again, I just had a few things that I needed to walk through and double check that I had, and I should have had plenty of time even then because they weren't coming in for a few hours. But then we had normal life happen. We had a big jar of paint that got spilled in the garage that I suddenly had to clean up, and it just was real life. And so in the future, if I was going to do instant booking, I would probably space it out and not have it every night, at least at this point, because when you've got kids and when you've got a farm to run, things happen, and it's very difficult to be Johnny on the spot and be hospitable when you're the only adult on the property. So the next thing is with shared spaces. We have opened up the basement to people who are staying in the cabin because we feel like not everybody really understands what off-grid living is and how much effort goes into heating up water for showers and that kind of thing, whether or not they really want an outhouse. So we opened that up here for at least for the first few weeks, so that we knew that people were comfortable and we could kind of listen and hear what people really wanted. Now, we didn't put any restrictions on that. We just said, here's the bathroom, here's the laundry room, here's our little sitting area that we've given you, go for it. And at 11:30 last night, I woke up to a very loud audiobook, and I was disoriented. I couldn't figure out what I was hearing. I thought I was having a nightmare. I went downstairs, and it turned out at 11:30 at night, they were listening to a loud audiobook in the basement and having a loud conversation while doing laundry. And it was very loud. And these were not teenagers. Hi, honey. These were people who were as old as my parents, and they also didn't speak English. And so I just went back to bed. I laid there a little bit afraid for a bit because it was very disorienting, and it made me kind of double think the whole Airbnb thing of, do I really want to do this if John isn't here? Because these people are really nice, very gracious, but what if they weren't? They're in my home and it's 11:30 at night. I think they were trying to be kind by waiting until they thought we were in bed to come do these things. But it was unnerving. So shared spaces, that's kind of it. If I did it out of convenience to us and out of wanting to kind of learn what people wanted, and I need to think about it a little longer and a little harder, I think, over time. The other thing is curfew. As far as if you have those instant bookings, they can book them late into the night, and you have to get up and make sure that they have everything that they need. And a lot of people that we've stayed with, if it is a shared space, they will actually give a curfew of, please don't do any laundry after 8 o'clock at night. And please, if you're going to be in the shared spaces, no loud music, things like this. You can also ask no drinking. I mean, there's all sorts of things that you can ask that people respect. And we didn't put any of those kinds of things up, except no loud music after 8 o'clock because the noise carries and we have neighbors. The next thing is an experience. We're offering an experience. If we were just offering an Airbnb, it would be much easier just to do it in the house because everybody knows how to turn on a light switch and turn on the water. Because we're offering an experience, I'm concerned about people really understanding what they're getting into when they come out. And I'm also concerned about the amount of time it takes for me to interact with people to give them a good experience. And because of that, when we first listed, we were probably the least expensive listing in our area. And that was because that was what the Airbnb app recommends, is that you have a very, very low price for your first 3 listings to get some good stars, to get some good reviews. And then at that point, you can bring your price up if you want to. And so we followed that, and we were probably the cheapest place in our town this week. Thus, the huge number of bookings all of a sudden. But the problem with that is if they're just looking for a cheap bed and what you're offering is an experience, they may not actually be getting the value that they want, which means that you're not going to get good reviews. At $37 a night, they just want a bed. But with that bed, they might really want a shower and a laundry and Netflix. We do have internet for them, but it's our little jetpack that is not real fast, not real strong. It's still internet, and I can hand it to them, and they can take it out to the cabin and have internet. But the true experience that I want them to be having, or that at least the cabin is set up for, is the food forest and cooking with the sun oven and that kind of thing. So what I think will help weed this out is that if I increase the price of the Airbnb significantly, then the people that we will have coming will be people who actually want to try living off-grid, and I can show them the right tools, and they will be happy with the experience because it's what they were actually looking for. Anyway, that's what I have learned about myself and about the Airbnb experience after one night. Again, I turned it off last night. I actually didn't allow any more bookings for the week because we now have 2 nightly bookings and then 1 request. Or no, do we have 3 now? We have 3 nightly bookings plus a request for the full weekend. And just too much all at once. So I think if I increase the price and maybe limit it to just weekends, just a once a week thing so that we have time to recover in between, just because here on a farm we've got a lot going on, and if we have anything go wrong, then it means that I'm really not able to tune into the needs of the people who are coming to stay with us. If you guys have any questions, make sure to let me know, and as we get further into this, I'll try and share more about what feels like a successful way to do all this. And if you're interested in homesteading books, go to Dirtpatcheaven on the Etsy site, and you can find our ebook downloads and other things that we do. And thanks for checking in, and we'll talk to you later.